Today I thought that I would demonstrate the ability of the Raspberry Pi 5, the one with 16 gigabytes of RAM, to be used as a video studio. I'm going to use OBS to record my videos, and I think first we'll start with a screen capture. I'm using a USB microphone plugged into the front of the Raspberry Pi. That is, by the way, in an Argon One V5 case that has that front USB. So let's see how it works. The next thing that I'd like to do is to add a type of transition called a title clip. And to do that, we're going to go into Kdenlive. We've already got our project open, and we're going to go to Project, Add Title Clip. We get a lot of options for things in here. For instance, we can insert a little picture, and we can drag it around to wherever we want it. And we can insert text. We're going to call this How to Add Title Clip. We're going to center this up wherever we want it by dragging it around. It was pretty good where it was already at. And then we're going to go to Create Title. Then we're going to drag it down here, and we can then drag down our next video once we finish making it, because this is kind of recursive. I'm making the video as I'm making it. Let's start recording not just from this screen capture, but we can switch to another scene that I've set up. And this is connected to a Raxa X4 running Windows 11. And I'm capturing what's happening on that machine. For instance, let's open the Dolphin emulator on that screen. There we go. And let's open Zelda. We'll leave it at 60 Hertz mode. Press start, and that puts me into the game. I'm going to leave this emulation since it was only for demonstration. One thing I neglected to do when recording that last clip was to change over the audio capture device so that it would capture from the capture card. To do that, you highlight the audio capture, go to Properties, and change it to this, which if I do that, you won't be able to hear me. But I'm going to do that and then continue on. You'll notice that this time the audio was of a higher quality and more volume, because instead of recording from a monitor that was several feet away from my microphone, I was actually recording from that other computer that I was capturing to the Raspberry Pi. I hope that makes sense. Thus far, we've used the Raspberry Pi to record its own screen, the one you're looking at right now. We've also used it to record the screen of another computer using a capture device. And one of the things that I would like to see if this can do without crashing is to leave OBS Studio open and Kdenlive and try to render the video and see what happens. Now let's see if we can crash the computer by doing a recording of Kdenlive rendering the project. Let's go to Project, Render, and that is the way I want it rendered. Render to File. It says it will finish in 13 minutes, and I will speed up the video so you don't have to watch 13 minutes worth of rendering. But I'm just going to let it go for now. As you can see, Kdenlive was able to take an approximate 5-minute video and render it in a little more than 10 minutes. And I think that's doing pretty good, because that's also while having OBS Studio open and recording the rendering process. So that's pretty good for a low power device. So to answer the question, can a Raspberry Pi 5 capture and edit video? Yes. It works surprisingly well. OBS Studio is able to capture both the screen and screens on other computers using a capture device, and Kdenlive is able to let me edit the video and render it, and I can run OBS Studio and Kdenlive without crashing the machine. That brings me to the end of this video. If you like what you've seen, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Thank you for your attention, and I hope to see you again soon.